then 565. So there is a checkout by entry. So similar to what you were talking about, Raya, of looking for a test of the support and have a checkout and then bounce. So the way the rule works for Steve is he looks for any a low that had been made in the prior 20 days. In this case, it's this one. And as we can see, then we look for what is a bar, a price bar that checks out this low.
Right.
You see here, if we came really close here, but it didn't. The low here was 10,572, so it was a few points above it. And then it came to the 21 EMA, and then it got actually happened on this day, on October 10th. So then what we look for is, okay, the high of the bar that made the checkout, we have to trade above it and close above it, and do it with higher volume. And that, see, we see the high here is 10,669.93. And on this day, it actually closed above it, and that gave the checkout buy day. If I got this thing right, was it that day or actually checkout day was? Reset here. Ten six six nine. 10,697. So it didn't close above the high of the checkout day for the 2 points. So so that didn't, but the volume was very big. So that was what the person in the video was talking about. This was a lot of.
So are you talking about the Friday's bar or Friday's action?
No, I'm talking about Thursday.
Thursday, okay.
October 13. You're seeing my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Is it too small or?
A little small, but it's manageable. I can see.
Okay, let me zoom in a little bit then. Okay. So again, the concept is we have a low from 20 days ago, and we need to check this low, right?
Right.
That happened on these days, but we have to close above the high of the checkout bar. In this case, 10,669.93. This day volume was very high. And 669. 6997, so it didn't happen. So once we close above it, we have what we call the checkout day. And today that happened. We closed. Actually, it was yesterday. I'm getting confused with the Zoom. But anyway, we have the checkout, and the condition is that the volume has to be higher than the day before or above average. And today was a strong day, but not a follow-through day, because the percent change from yesterday was 0.9%, not 1.25 or more. We want this change to be really higher. So So let me double check what IBD is saying today. Oh, that actually I think that shows here. This one for market here is. They're still in correction. They have not called it. They have not called the follow through day yet.
Even today?
No, because the percent change is not more than 1.5, 1.25. So we got rejected at the 21 EMA. You see here how it closed below it.
Mm-hmm.
Closed 1% below it, and also lower than the 2 weeks ago highs that were made, also rejected at the 21 EMA. So we have a lot of resistance there that you were pointing out. So if we look at the QQQs, same situation, we close below the 21 EMA. Big Apple have some news of their reducing production of the new iPhone 14. Demand seems to be not as high as they thought. And obviously this plays something into the index. But Netflix reported earnings today, and they got negative growth, but they put a surprise of 44.86%, and the stock is, you can see here, it's got a gap already after hours, but below the 200 day. 200 days 282. We're gonna, right now it's at 275. So very close, somewhere around here. So this is interesting and maybe affecting the futures, and may have some more impact into the market tomorrow. So we will see. The 0TNX, the 10-year yield, came down today a little bit. What had been clustering there around 392, close to 4. So as this one goes the market, right? The dollar also came down, holding the 21 EMA. So anyway, if we look here, stocks breaking out today from the growth to 50, we have 5 stocks. Let's see which ones they are. So we have consulting, defense, intelligence, Booz Allen Hamilton, Addis Line Blue Dot, Gap, very high volume, and crossover the Livermore 100 price point. We have increased number of funds. The IBD preferred mutual fund, zero price New Horizon, had they sold their position a little bit, and but Columbia Acorn still holding their positions there. So this is interesting. We see confluence of the moving averages, and it broke out today. So I don't know if there was any news.
It was a big bar.
What was that?
It was a big bar, big break.
Yeah, this is heavy buying. I mean, gap up, and you look intraday, you never tested the gap.
Yeah.
Just buying. On pretest of 100 and continue up. So who knows? I don't see any specific news today, but yeah, 2% from the pivot. It doesn't have CAM Slim numbers, but have showing power. Okay, so that's one. Let's see which one is the leader of the group. It's showing this one, Huron Consulting. Huron Consulting. Also, what is line blue dot?
So they are also breaking out.
Breaking out, yeah, 1% from the pivot. We had a very tight price action. The earnings and sales are not what we want to see in CAM Slim, but it's decent. ROE is low. Top-down volume ratio is low. And mutual funds, not that much. It's a 1.5 billion market cap company, but breaking out to new highs. So interesting that this group number 12. What else we have here? We have this another one in the group, ICF International. Also there at the pivot, very close to the pivot of the cup. But the earnings and sales are low. So we get that. Let's see the other one that was recognized by Pattern Rank. We got Sanmina. It's electric contractor manufacturer, San Jose, California. That is line blue dot, cup without no handle. 1% there in the buy zone. Funds are increasing. We got decent CAM Slim in the earnings and sales in the last quarter. Some acceleration in the last 3 quarters. Top-down border ratio 1.1, so increase earnings expected for next year. And return on equity is a little bit low, 15%. But that's a decent prior uptrend. If we see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks up in a row, 50%. So this is what's breaking out today. We have Kinsale Capital Group. It's an insurance company, Group 24. Up, no handle. That is line blue dot. Reports earnings in 9 days. Only 2 days of the week, and the volume have been, it's a low liquidity stock, maybe. Let me double check that because I know it's decent, $41 million per day. And we have one preferred IBD mutual fund. ROE 21%. We got decent double digits earnings, double digit sales, with last quarter had been 17%. So I have been seeing this stock many times in the price movers in the past, but I have never been successful trading it. So it's an insurance company, so I'm not sure what is the end. Cancel. And a bank, Eastern Bank shares. I don't remember what was the bank that Keith talked about today in the video.
No, not remembering.
This one is out of Boston, Massachusetts. Have double digits earnings estimates.
I think he talked about FBP.
FVP?
Yes. First Boston, I think.
Okay. So this is just, yes, he comes into the list because it belongs to the IBD.
Yeah, First Bank
Up to 50, and then he just came above the pivot and then came back down. So it's not really, it didn't break out actually. And CEIX, Consul Energy, same thing as the other one. You just tested the pivot, but it reversed, coming back down to the moving averages. They are consolidating there. All of them are right there, the 10, 21, 50, and 200. Sorry, the 200 is down here. It's an interesting couple handle. 27% cup with a 10% handle, so that's decent, but needs higher volume. So it's called, right? Okay, so that's just a quick check of what happened today. Any particular stocks anybody wants to see? Or stuff?
Francisco,
Yes.
I have a question. There seemed to be nothing but massive freaking confusion. Everything you look,
Confusion.
total confusion of all these graphs. Like this gentleman, Shapiro, he pointed that out. So would it be one plausible action that you sell everything you got, put it into some kind of treasury bond with a 0 plus up, 0 plus down situation and hold it until the Treasury Secretary comes out and he said he's done with screwing around with the interest rate, and then put the money back in the market, take it out, all these elements of risk. We don't know which way we are going.
Yeah, it's difficult to know the market conditions, but from the
Like
technical,
the graphs you are showing, it shows steady increase, most of them. The insurance and the bank shares.
Well, TMV looks good. If you, I don't know if you looked at when I presented. Look at the TMV.
TNB, what is that?
T as in Tom, M as in Mary, V as in Victor.
TMB.
it's an inverse ETF.
Yes, it's an inverse treasury ETF.
And how is it progressively going up or dancing around between up and down?
No, it's going up. Can you put that up for him?
I'm showing that one, yeah. When you see it,
Do you see it,
Yeah,
Mo?
it's progressively up.
So you have to look. So you have to look for something which meets your criteria. One of my criteria is the stock should go from left-hand bottom to the right-hand top.
Right.
And this meets that criteria. Now, how long will it last? I don't know.
Yeah.
I've had this thing since
At least 6 months. It's good.
I'll show. I can tell you exactly when I bought it. I bought it on September 1st.
Of the last year or this year?
This year. When I purchase something, it has to meet certain criteria. And so I did not buy it when it was at the bottom, which was in August. But it was on my watch list. And it's one of the leverage funds of the 42 leverage funds I follow.
Mm-hmm.
And on September 1st of this year, it met that criteria, and I still have it.
Okay.
So ETF, and yeah, it broke out, and so far Lately,
Yeah, on September 1st, there was a gap on a large volume. And some other things, I look at the DMI, indicator, and that's when it really took off. It looked good before, but that date met all my criteria, and I still have it. Although it did have problems back end of September and first beginning of October, but it did not trigger a sell signal for me. So I still have it.
Good. So something like this, at least have. We could tap into this.
You really need to, I have TC 2000, and it's very easy to scan for something which you can have your own criteria and scan a whole list very quickly.
Okay.
now be mindful that it's a leverage.
That looks like an idea.
One day move to 788%, and then the next day gap down and move 10% down. But as Tajir is saying, as he bought down here, he has a profit, right? And he can stand that kind of volatility.
Right.
I think where I was going was, one of these days the Treasury Secretary will come out and say he's done screwing around with the interest rate.
Oh, no, he's not going to do that.
No, he has to someday, maybe in the next 3 months or maybe longer. So
no, he's just focused on getting the inflation number down.
Maybe
he doesn't care about anything else.
Right. We may never get there in the next 10 years.
And it's just a mechanical solution. In the meantime, every time you increase interest rates, it hurts the economy.
Correct.
So the interest rate, when the inflation comes down, it will be like nobody is buying anything.
Right,
but
exactly.
That's not really his, and industry is not expanding because the interest rates are high. So if somebody says there will not be a recession, there must be on gummies.
Correct.
President Biden said, we are not going to have a recession. Well, we already are, as far as I'm concerned, we are in a recession. And psychologically, I'm spending less money. We are going out less to eat because the prices are so high.
Right.
I was actually one time, a couple of months ago, when the inflation numbers went high, I wanted to have my own inflation index. And it was going to be based on go to the grocery store and look at the gas prices and have a typical grocery list and see what's happening to it. That will be my inflation index. But I never did it.
You never did it. Well, you have to also get employment into the same equation somewhere.
Right. And for example, the meat prices have gone. A lot of meat prices are double.
Yeah.
Gas prices is actually more than double, from $2.20 to I think the typical gas price before Biden was like $2 to $2.20. It went all the way up to $5, and now he's saying that it has come down to $4.80. Okay, all right, it's $4.80 now. And it just, people are not focused on the real inflation, which is gas, and gas is very important because if farmer uses diesel to plow the land, he needs that. If that price goes up, the crop prices go up. Car prices go up, then the truck has to get those things to the grocery store and his price is up. So it has to affect the price of the goods. And that has nothing to do with interest rates.
Right.
Interest rates is an academic exercise to get the numbers down, the inflation number down. And yeah, eventually it will come down. But in the meantime, you're going to destroy the economy.
Exactly. Correct.
Okay, I'll get off my soapbox.
All I was getting to was that most of us have wiped out a third of what we had started the year 22, at least a third. So what is the probability that this will continue and go to the half of it? Half will be wiped out. As long as the Treasury Secretary continues to march down the path he has chosen to take. So,
the only thing I think I can do to contribute to society is I'm going to go and vote.
okay.
It's
But
just one vote. But I think a lot of people.
He's not an elected member, you know.
No. It has nothing to do with Jerome Powell, but it has to do with who is in the White House and who is your congressman.
Yeah, that's true.
And who is your congressman is very important. To me, it is more important than the president.
Yeah. Well, they'll take a cycle of time, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be this year.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah. All I was saying
new Congress doesn't really sit down until next year.
All I was looking for some means where you could shelter what you have until you see the light at the end of the tunnel. Then remove the shelter and then play the game. Because this is taking us down straight down the tube.
Yeah.
Except for what you just mentioned, few banks, insurance, and this DMB.
Right. I mean, I'm actually surprised that as the interest rates are going up, why the bank stocks are. Some of them are going up. Bank stocks will do better as the interest rates go up.